Hey. I'm your humble host, PhizzEdMusic.com. Well, Phys Music. And this is Urban Politics. Um, this will be the second half. My first half got cut off. I guess I didn't have enough space on that device to record that whole show. So I'm going to pick up where I left off. I wasn't that far into it. What I left off talking about was homelessness. And then I was talking about like zoning laws and local opposition, which are making it harder to build housing for low income renters. That's even been going on here in Columbus, Ohio. They were talking about some affordable housing that was supposed to be built new, kind of by this used to be a Kroger's bakery over there by Fort Hayes. Now I think it's the headquarters for Columbus Public High School. We'll see what happens. I heard it was supposed to be like 1,000 or 1,000 or more units. It's supposed to be like not necessarily low income housing, but affordable housing, which I think is supposed to be like maybe $300 to $400 a month. We'll see. And even if they do that, let's hope that they do that. It's still not enough because they were saying we have like 1,000 plus extra residents every year. So what is 1,000 units going to do? That's going to house what the influx that we've had for one of these many years. It's been 1,000 people coming in. Too little, too late. We'll see what happens. Doesn't seem like it'll even put a dent in the homeless problem here in Columbus, Ohio. But this is going on all over this great nation of ours. And then it leads me back to what I was talking about before the film went out. NIMBY. Not in my backyard. George Carlin used to talk about that all the time. How we need things, but people don't want it anywhere near where they live, right? So people want more jails. Oh, we need more jails, which I don't agree with anyway. And statistics show that doesn't deter crime at all. But whatever. People say we need more jails, but not in my backyard. And then he made the joke. He's like, why? He's like, somebody breaks out of jail. They get as far away from there as they can. They're not going to hang out around it. So why do you care if you live by a jail? But that's how people are. And really, people are all about money. They don't want their property rates going down. So that's what that's all about. When you hear them talk about how we need more group homes. Oh, we got all these at-risk youth. We need more group homes. NIMBY, not in my backyard. You're going to build that group home. You better build it up the way. Don't build it anywhere around where I live because I don't want it, lowering my precious property value. I don't want it, taken away from this nest egg that is my home. And I'm not saying that flippantly either because I understand that too. I mean, that's a real situation right there. But at the same time, what are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? You're going to run around not wanting these things by where you live, but you know that society needs them. That's a catch-22 we got to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. Then they also talked about pandemic aid programs that help keep many people housed are winding down. First of all, what programs they talking about winding down? All these programs have winded down. They've been gone the way of the dodo bird and the dinosaur. These housing programs have been going. And it blows me away because I'm like, were there really people out there buying houses with this money that the government was giving them? Knowing that this money was going to run out? They knew it was going to run out. The people renting them the house knew it was going to run out. So I think everybody's at fault here. We can't blame the person who ran out here and took this money from the government and got this big old house. We also need to blame the predatory lender who came after them knowing good and doggone well that 7, 9, 8, 10, 11, 12 year and a half, year and 3/4, they're not going to be able to pay this mortgage. They're not going to be able to own this home anymore. So they were kind of just going along for the ride too, knowing that once their government money or whatever runs out, then I'm going to have to find me a new tenant. So there was a lot of that going on. And they said the number one driving force in this housing crisis that we're in right now, ladies and gentlemen, is the decline of affordable housing. And that's what I just said. They're building some affordable housing not too far from where I'm at right now, but it's probably too little too late. I know it's too little because, like I said, what's 1,018 units? What is that doing when we grow by, exponentially by 1,000 people annually? Every year, they said 1,000 more people are living in Columbus than lived, the previous year before. So what's 1,000 units doing? Nothing. But it's a drop in the bucket. I guess a drop is better than nothing. Something's better than nothing. That's what they tell me, so that is what it is. Now let's talk about another delightful subject, crime, or crime in America, right? Or a certain type of crime. Follow me. Chains are using theft to mask other issues. That's right. Kroger, Walmart is a huge one. I'm sick of watching the news. Fox News. I'm sick of watching the news and seeing young black kids ravaging a store somewhere in Chicago, somewhere in LA. All these young black kids just got together and they just ran in a store and there was hundreds of them and they couldn't do it. They called it a smash and grab and they ran in there and just grabbed all this stuff and they pulled it out of a Walmart and theft is off the hook. And when I used to talk to my conservative friend, he used to always go on, no, things are so bad in Chicago. Things are so bad in California. Look at these films of these youngsters gangsters running in these stores and just looting and take. I hear that, right? But then check this out. It said chains are using theft to mask other issues. I thought that was so interesting. Think about that. Why? Why would they do that? It's a useful deflection, camouflaging weak demands, mismanagement, and other issues, denting business right now. Ooh. And it forces lawmakers to respond. You know what this is, ladies and gentlemen? This is a bit of theater from all these jerks. So now what you're going to do? Let me set a tone for you. We got a lot of these stores, they're not cracking like they used to because brick and mortar stores have been going the way of the dinosaur for a lot of time now. And it ain't even got nothing to do. I mean, it does have to do with a lot of these stores are mismanaged. A lot of these stores are filthy when you go inside. Customer service, they don't know what that is. They got a bunch of kids in there who can't count, can't read, and definitely don't know how to administer any customer service. I'm not hating. I'm just being honest, ladies and gentlemen. So with all this going on, people have opted to stay home and do their shopping over the internet. That ain't got nothing to do with people running up in your store stealing stuff. But you'd rather say that than what I just said. You don't want to come out and just say, hey, brick and mortar stores are going away. We've done all we can, but people don't want to get up off their butt and come in here and buy a pair of drawers when they can push a button and buy a pair of drawers. People don't want to get up off their butt and come in here and shop at a store when they can press a button and have parsleys or parsnips delivered to their doorstep. So come on now, just say that. Just say that. But no. They want to make minorities. They want to make young minorities. They want to make people who are already indigent and poor the heavy. Now, is theft going on in stores? I'm sure it is. I'm not crazy. I know. I see it all the time. I know what's going on, right? I remember I was watching a TikTok video and somebody was sitting around. It was two brothers and they were in a Walmart and they were stealing. And everybody was just going on and on about how they were taking this and they were taking that and all that. And I was like, of all these thousands of comments, it's interesting how what I see when I see here, look at what they're stealing. These brothers were stealing toiletries, deodorant, toothpaste, stuff that should be free anyway. That's what they were stealing. Nothing else. That's the aisle they were in. And I said, nobody's digging on that. All these thousands of comments, all you people can talk about how deplorable these two young men are for stealing. They're stealing deodorant. They're stealing toothpaste in America. But nobody pays attention to that. These are things that you should have to steal. But it's a shame that people do. And then people demonize them for it. When that's not a failing, then that's a failing of our society. Anyway, a retail analysis. There's a guy named William Blair, and he's a retail analysis. He said, retailers are increasingly vocal on the subject, in part to draw out government action. That's the thing, too. This is a great scapegoat. Calm down. You're shaking the camera. This is a great scapegoat. Because right here, things are failing at my store. Sales ain't what they used to be. I can say it's all this crime. And what is the government and local law enforcement going to do about all this crime? Help me out. Knowing good and doggone well, crime ain't no higher than it was 2, 3, 4 years ago. You know, your sales just suck because there's a thing called the internet and online grocery shopping and online shopping. You know what I'm saying? So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't believe everything you hear. Because like I said, I see those stories too all the time. And I do watch Fox News because I watch all types of news and I do this show and I'm a news junkie. But point being is, I don't get sucked in because I understand that propaganda is real and they use it because it works. No matter how smart people are. I talk to some people who are incredibly intelligent. Way smarter than me, but they go for some of the stupidest stuff. Why? Because even with all that intelligence, even with that big brain, you're still a human being. And some stuff just works on human beings. Intelligent be D-A-M-N. It's a family show, so I don't want to use that type of language, but there it is. All right, before I get up out of here, let's talk about my IPAs of the week. This first one is Hazecraft it's a Hazecraft IPA, hazy IPA by Great Lakes. Y'all know I love Great Lakes. They're out of Cleveland. They make some delicious beers. This one right here is 6.7% alcohol, so you're going to feel that, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? You sip one of these, and you definitely going to be in the mood to be a rude dude with an attitude. No, I'm playing. Hopefully you ain't a mean drunk. If you are, don't be drinking. But if you like me and you just like to get a little buzz and have a nice little mellow feel about it, this is good right here. Listen, it says, blast into orbit through a hazy galaxy of otherworldly tropical fruit aromas. I agree. I agree. This juicy, tropical, and hazy Hazecraft IPA from Great Lakes. I want to visit Great Lakes. They're in Cleveland. They said that you could tour the Great Lakes brewery, and then they got like a restaurant where you can eat and all that. I'm dying to do that. Anybody knows Great Lakes, tell them that Phys Ed Music at Urban Politics would love to be a guest and do a show from the Great Lakes Brewery. Anyway, let's talk about these guys right here, this Fathead Brewery. They've won awards all over the place, and this is Hop Marauder. Imperial Indian Pale Ale. It's funny when I see Marauder, you know what that makes me think of? Midnight Marauders. Tribe Called Quest. My hip hop heads know what I'm talking about. When they say pirate marauders maraud for pirate booty or for money or whatever, and they said we maraud for ears. Midnight Marauders. If you know anything about it, you know about it. If you don't, anyway, this Hot Marauder is really, really good. It's by Fathead Brewery. Like I said, they have amazing beers. They've won awards. They say hops conquered. Imperial Indian Pale Ale. I'm trying to look here. What is the here we go again. Matt, Chris, and Glenn. They might be the guys who are putting all this together, for Fathead. It says, chill out, man. Have a beer. Don't mind if I do. This is a delicious one. And this, here we go. 8% alcohol by volume. 8% alcohol by volume. This is a really good beer. Delicious. But pretty much all the Fathead beers, or I think they even got one that's like blueberry or something. I ain't never tried it, but I will. I ain't scared because I like Fathead Brewery, and they've never disappointed me. Like I said, they have award-winning beers. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 delicious IPAs. You got a little bit of money in your pocket. Take a little old self down the way and grab either one of those or some other delicious IPA. It's a great place for them. That is my time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your humble host, Phys Ed Music. Whenever you have a chance, please take yourself on over to YouTube. Like and subscribe. Phys Ed Music, Urban Politics. What's up, Eddie? What's up? You got something to say? No? Okay. All right.
Subscribe to Eddie.
Okay.
And subscribe to my dad.
Okay. Thank you.
Subscribe to everyone in the world. Get that money out of your pocket also.
Okay. Are you done? All right.
Nope.
Okay.
I ain't done.
All right. Thank you, co-host. Have a seat. Chill out. All right. That is my time, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, see you around like a donut.